The European Union and the G7 countries have agreed to cap the price of Russian oil to limit Russia's revenues on energy resources. The price cap stipulates that insurance, financing and other services for the supply of Russian oil will be prohibited if it is sold for more than $60 per barrel.
The Western allies have been looking at ways to clip the Russian economy to prevent it from, in a punitive way, but also in a way to prevent it raising more funds and profiteering from the situation.
The United States said that limiting the price of Russian oil to $60 per barrel would reduce Moscow's revenues and production profitability, and an additional corrective mechanism should keep the marginal price of Russian oil at a level of at least 5% below the market.
Frankly, we think that $60 for 1 barrel is inappropriate, and we think it will have that effect. This is balance. It was never about the absence of Russian oil on the market. It was about balance in supply and demand, as well as the need to limit Mr. Putin's ability to make a profit. And again, we think that $60 for a barrel will do it. John Kirby, coordinator for strategic communications at the US National Security Council, in a comment to Associated Press.
Poland and the Baltic states have previously blocked the adoption of a price cap for Russian oil at $60 per barrel. It was proposed to reduce this limit by half to $30 to put more pressure on Moscow's income. However, at the same time, the purpose of the restriction was to prevent a global price surge. Therefore, all the leaders of Western countries have agreed a maximum of $60 for 1 barrel. But Ukraine believes that this is not enough to deter Russian aggression.
The decision to set such a limit for Russian prices, which is quite comfortable for the budget of the terrorist state, cannot be called serious. Russia has already caused colossal damage to all countries of the world by deliberately destabilizing the energy market, and the world cannot decide on its real energy disarmament. This is a weak position.
According to the president of Ukraine, with an oil price of $60, Russia will earn up to $100 billion in a year, and this money will go not only to sponsor the war in Ukraine, but also to destabilize those countries that are now afraid to accept tough restrictions. Therefore, Ukraine will seek to reduce the cost ceiling of Russian oil.
We always achieve our goal, and Russia's economy will still be destroyed, and Russia itself will pay and be responsible for all its crimes. It will be the same with the tribunal. They are very afraid of this, because they know that Ukraine will achieve its goal. Andriy Yermak, head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
The International Working Group on Sanctions Against Russia, led by the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, Andriy Yermak, and the former National Security Advisor to the President of the United States, Michael McFaul, has published a study on limiting the cost of Russian oil. It argues for the marginal price of $30–35 per barrel. According to the authors of the study, this will reduce Russia's income from oil and gas exports and will immediately cause serious financial pressure on Russia. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, UATV News.